Thank you for joining us today. Uh, my first thought after the presentation that's just happened is that it's just a simple question: how can you make organizations or ground level people aware to become more inclusive in their approach? And when I say inclusive, it talks about local community, it talks about people who are differently abled towards helping in the conservation efforts that a particular region might require. I know it might just sound like a far-fetched thought right now, but how do you envision things to be more inclusive and encompassing for all, not only in the Eastern Himalayas, but globally as well?
Thanks, Reva. I can write a book on that one question. And it's a very loaded and a very deep one with multiple angles to it. And like I said inside, the global climate crisis, we didn't just sit here and it turned up overnight. And it's definitely not the result of all the statistics that have come out saying that, oh, in the last 50 years, this has happened, that has happened. I think systematically, progressively, from the grassroots up, there has been a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, and I think a lack of interest about conserving and safeguarding what we have been given, which is this beautiful planet, right? Now, for so many decades, I think after the Industrial Revolution is when the dip started in everything. The planet started suffering. And for so many decades, we've just been vandalizing the earth for no other purpose but for short-term satisfaction. And again, like I said inside, I think our dreadful consumer behavior of excess, it's okay, like if you need something, definitely, but you don't need to keep changing it to get the best and the latest and the newest and the improved versions, because this is to our detriment. And we don't understand this. And to answer your question, I think we need to start educating people at the grassroots. Now, there's a huge gap between countries and experts like COP who sit at the top and discuss policies and changes and the global emission rates and blah, blah, blah. And what the common man understands. He doesn't even care if he doesn't get 3 meals a day. So the gap is so large, and to bridge that is what is important. And I believe with our foundation that if we can encourage every village we go to understand what is in their best interest, slowly you start the change and the healing comes, or the healing follows after that, right? And again, without trying to sound dreadfully pessimistic, the disabled or differently abled question, India is a huge country with more than a billion population, and the able youth. I'm trying to use the right words here so I don't cross anybody's hairs. The youth do not have the resources and the opportunities to take them ahead. So when they are the front line, the differently abled in any country, or especially in the developing countries, are at the background. So they don't get the opportunity. So I don't think, yes, we should definitely start including them in whatever cottage industries, small scale industries, handicraft industries, the music industry is possible. And we are digressing a little bit here. But at the same time, this is what will give them the confidence as well to perform and, yes, notch up their work and gain confidence. Now, coming back to the climate crisis, I think every farm that we have worked on, we have learned a lot from the local people. And I'm wondering how, when the farmers are so knowledgeable and experienced in how to handle their environment and their fields, why can't it trail up? Now, that's what is missing. The people at the top do not understand that the farmers have a lot of knowledge, and there is the gap of how, when, and how much to scale up that needs to be given to them, right? In Uttar Pradesh, the farmers taught us a lot about, there used to be either floods or droughts in the villages we work, right? So there was never this happy medium. And they taught us how they were, during droughts, they had special drip irrigation, mulching. They had special ways, and using simple aluminum foils, plastic, to capture moisture, to capture humidity, and to feed the plants, So kitchen garden. So this way, at least they were assured of meeting their own demands, daily demands, right? Yes. So I think it's a huge effort. It's a humanity effort. It's not a religious, not a political, and definitely not a commercial effort. So we need to get together, and like-minded people get together and try and heal the planet. And we're forgetting that it's not just the humans here; it's the other species. We have to, and we do need to coexist with them. Without that, the planet doesn't have meaning, isn't it? So and it looks like an uphill task. Definitely not an easy one. But I think with the right push, the right incentive, and the inspiration, and people like you, the youth, the students here, the beautiful, intelligent youth of, most countries have a fantastic understanding, and they're brilliant, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to heal. I mean, we can't underestimate their involvement and their intellect, And again, enthusiasm, yes. And like I said in the panel inside, that I blame myself for being a part of the generation that has brought the world to its tipping point, right? I mean, you have scientists on one side that say, oh, climate change is just a hoax and it's not, nothing is happening, you don't have to worry. And those are the industrialists, right? The scientists funded by the industrialists. You have the others, activists saying that, oh, the planet is in dire needs and whatnot. Let's throw the question at them and ask, what do you think? And resoundingly, they will say yes, because we're watching the literal graduation from 4 seasons to now 2, right? There used to be 4 seasons all around the world, and now there's barely 2. So I live in the Middle East, and we've had floods and rains, like torrential rains like never before, just last year. So this is something that one needs to think. And like I said, we are a very intelligent, resilient, and smart species, and I hope we always find a way. Thank you.